I've been wanting to make a watercolor portrait painting for a while now, but I didn't have any ideas. I want to paint a realistic portrait that captures the essence of a person, but how? Then suddenly an idea clicked. What if I could combine realism with one-line art? It all started when I saw Pablo Picasso's one-line art. One-line art, also known as continuous line drawing, is a form of minimalist illustration where the entire artwork is created using a single, unbroken line. This technique challenges the artist to convey form, emotion, and movement without lifting the pen or stylus from the surface. I visualized my idea by creating this mock-up in Photoshop. To make the one-line art, I'll be using this thin tape. I first saw this technique used in Kristen Voskort's artwork. I have since tried this technique twice in my own paintings. Now that the sketch is done, it's time to start painting. I started my painting process by jumping right in and painting the face. Lately, I've been trying to go in and be bold with the first brushstrokes, and to not be afraid to paint the first layer as dark as it seems in the reference photo. I'm not too worried about going too dark, because the white of the paper makes the paint seem darker than it is. Therefore, you'll later see me painting in many more layers on both the face and the background. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed by a certain aspect of your painting, it's okay to jump around and work on different parts of your piece. When I was unsure of how to continue on the face and didn't feel confident, I instead started working on the background. Because there is a lot of contrast in this portrait painting, I decided to start painting the darkest areas of the face first. Something I noticed about this paper is that the watercolor dries really fast on it, making it harder to get the watercolor to blend or get a smooth gradient. I decided to embrace this and let myself be loose and allow those messy brushstrokes to show through and add texture. I painted the shadowed half of the face with a layer of black. And later in this video, I'll show you a trick I use to add depth to the darkest areas of your portrait, which will bring it to the next level. Throughout your art process, no matter what you're painting, you will face unique challenges. Painting is like an elaborate puzzle, pushing you to go out of your comfort zone and work through the unexpected to create something unique. Every artwork is a testament to how much you learned and the journey that got you there. As a self-taught artist of almost 3 years, the technique I use for choosing my colors comes from personal experience and trial and error. If you're someone who has more experience and knows more, I would greatly appreciate it if you shared any advice you have in the comments. My first tip for getting your colors accurate in your artwork is to take your time and actually look at your reference photo when you're painting. Often we can find ourselves at a point in our painting process where we don't know how to continue, or why our painting seems not at all there after hours of working on it. The simple solution to this, that has helped me immensely throughout this painting, is to actually take the time to study my reference photo. And I mean really look at it and take notice what undertones you see in the photo and where. I break it down into cool and warm tones. Every color has a cool and warm version. For instance, a gray with a more yellowish undertone is a warm gray, and a gray with a more bluish undertone is a cold gray. When it comes to color, I like to follow my instincts and see what needs to be changed as the painting process moves on. At some point in the painting process, I realized that the cheeks of the woman weren't warm enough, so I spontaneously went in with a layer of orange and painted in the areas that I thought needed to get warmer. I decided to give this woman a shirt, even though originally in the reference photo, she is in a tank top. I plan on making the shirt a lighter shade of green than the background, which I think will make the painting look more cohesive. The more colors you add to your painting, the busier it looks, so whenever you want to take liberty and add elements to your artwork, try to keep it within your already established color palette. Pablo Picasso once said, "Inspiration exists, but it must find you working." At some point in our art journey, we all come to a point where painting and creating isn't as easy as it used to be, and it starts to feel like you are grinding out artworks in order to stay consistent, not because you are enjoying it. But as Picasso says in his quote, "Inspiration isn't something that will simply come to you out of nowhere. Keep going, keep creating, even when you don't feel like it at first. And inspiration will come to you while you are putting in the effort and creating." There is a secret technique that I figured out which will give your art more depth, which is adding shadows in your shadows. Even the darkest areas of your portrait, those shadows, have variation of value within them, which I think is often overlooked. A way to better see within the shadows is to make your reference photo so bright that it becomes overexposed. I did this using the Curves tab in Photoshop, but you can easily do this on the Photos app too. By doing this extra step, you are adding form to your shadow areas. It's subtle, but I think it makes a great difference on the quality of your artwork overall. Remember, art is all about exploring and pushing boundaries, and combining different styles can lead to something truly unique. Whether you're experimenting with style or refining your technique, don't be afraid to take risks and follow your instincts. Every brushstroke tells a story, and this one, I hope, speaks to the balance between structure and imagination. If anything in this video was helpful and speaks to you, please leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.